Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the Sihuadon R-108, and I'll perform a daytime medium wave band scan. First we'll go over features, second I'll do a size comparison, third we'll start cruising the daytime band. So let's check it out, the Sihuadon R-108. I picked this one up because it has the new Amber side light here. It's pretty nice. I have the black Sihuadon with the white LED and the original Radio Wow with the white LED also, and its little medium wave bugs. Now this newest version could have different firmware, could have different tuning characteristics. I figured I'd pick it up, do some daytime band scans, evening band scans with it, maybe some shortwave airband. I'll have some fun with this radio and see if there are differences or not. But yeah, I will compare it in this video to the older radio so you get an idea of what the differences are, visually pretty much. And we'll go over some features. So first features, left hand side we got the carry strap, antenna jack for our shortwave listening. You put a long wire there. Also works in FM, but mainly for shortwave. Headphone jack. On the front we have a metal Sihuadon tag. Here we have our 1.5 inch speaker with a lot of low end. It's an awesome radio for that. R-108, 500 memory presets. You get 100 presets per band. So if you look here, it says FM, medium wave, shortwave, long wave, and air. So 100 for each of those. Not bad. Our display, if you notice, we have a battery life indicator, alarm time, timer. Will show what if we wake the radio or wake the buzzer, when the alarm will go off, and our current time. This is 10:56. We're AM Central Daylight Time, and I'm near Chicago, Illinois. Up here you can change the display by hitting this key. This is going to show the temperature. Now it shows Fahrenheit when you're in 10 kilohertz mode, and when you choose 9 kilohertz mode, it'll go to Celsius. Some people ask that. That's how you change it to Celsius, by changing the medium wave mode to 9 kilohertz stepping. So that's pretty neat. You get more options when the radio is on. So you can see we got a direct numeric entry keypad, so we can just direct enter frequencies, which is really nice. They changed the color of the lettering. They made it more of like a peachy orange versus a yellow, which I will show you in a moment with the older Radio Wow. So you can see the numbers, and then underneath the numbers you can see there's options. So if you press and hold for, it'll let us change our stepping from 9 kilohertz. And there you go, went to Celsius for temperature. Press it again, 10 kilohertz, it'll change to Fahrenheit. Now we're on 10 kilohertz stepping. Also with 4, when the radio's on, it changes from music mode to voice mode. That's actually really handy. And that's, I think, for all the bands too. 5, we have long wave on or off. You can press 5, and it'll turn long wave off or long wave on. 6, we have FM setting. Press and hold this, and you can change the FM band. You can see how at the starting point, 64 to 108, 76 to 108, 87 to 108, and of course 87.5 to 108. So you get an idea. And then all these different others. And then 0 is a hidden function. Of course, it has beep. You can go beep on and off. Beeps on, confirmation. I don't like the beep, so we turn that off. Come on, turn off. There we go. When you're on shortwave, 0 lets you cycle through the meter bands, which is nice. Frequency, you hit that, and then you enter into your frequency, and it'll take you there. We have a band button, of course, switches to the different bands listed here. ATS on that band you're on, so you press and hold this when you're on FM, and it'll scan the entire band, and it'll save over your existing presets. So to keep that in mind, if you decide to use the ATS feature, I typically don't. I like to manually enter mine. We have a key here, VM, VF, view memory, view frequency. VM is great for presets. For airband especially, I found it really convenient to program a bunch of active airband frequencies, and then I'd go to VM mode and I just cycle through with the tuning knob, and then I would use this like as my scanner, and then I would pick up different transmissions by leaving the squelch off. It was really neat. Works great. VF, view frequency. Frequency mode's nice. You can browse with these keys here, especially on shortwave. That's really handy. You'll find that nice. A memory key for entering the presets manually, deleting them manually. AM bandwidth, so you can change the bandwidth settings. You'll get to see that in action. And turning FM stereo on or off. Of course, our display function key I showed you earlier. Our power button also has sleep function on it. 120, 90, 60, 30, 15, I believe. Display, that changes that display. I showed you that on the key. And I'll show you, it goes signal noise ratio and signal strength. And then, of course, here we can set the time. Here we set the alarm. And of course, incremental tuning with the buttons, and seek tuning and browsing. It's kind of nice. Right hand side of the radio, we have our volume control, our micro USB input to charge the BL5C battery that's in here. Tuning, it is notched, but it's nice. I like this. And you can also press this in. It changes from fast to slow to off. No, I think it just might be just fast or slow. I'll have to check that, but I think it's fast or slow. It's been a bit. And squelch, you can change your squelch there by pushing this button in. It's very handy. Top of the radio, we have our antenna, which is 19¼ inches. It's the same length as the Skywave's antenna. Yes, this radio does compete against the Skywave. On the back here, we have our frequency information. Quick look at that. And behind here, there's a BL5C battery rated around 1,000 milliamp hours. So it's pretty cool. It works. I like it. And our reset button there in case we have a problem. I've never had to use that though on any of these radios. So there we are. So let's do a little quick size comparison. Yeah. And then we'll get to go on the band. I'll be cruising it pretty quick since I've been spending some time here. So here's the black Sihuadon. I don't make this one anymore with the blue-white LED. So let me just show you that. So it's really bright blue-white. And I like the more amber. You can read what's going on, especially on video. And then, of course, the original radio owl. Bring that in. And you can see they've changed the color of the cabinet. Of course, plastic colors are going to change. So they went a little darker here. The lettering definitely changed. This is more yellow in person. This is more like a peachy orange, these letters. These stand out more to me than these. So, and they used like a red lettering here. Now they use like an orange lettering here. You can see that difference. There's the two differences. Of course, this has your white. Here you go. And of course, this one's it's like a little brighter. Might be just the angle too. Yeah. So there it is. So those are the radio owls. And of course, we have, your typical CC pocket. I always bring that out. I always bring out the Skywave because pretty much the Sihuadons and radio owls were, competing against the C-Crane. C-Crane, it's a great radio in itself. I love the weather band, having the weather band on here. So that's amazing. And then, of course, we have a deck of cards. Off the side, I always have my deck of cards handy. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He loves new radios from Sihuadon land. He's Iron Man. Yeah, shortwave radios are fun, aren't they, guys? Love them. All right, especially when they're on sale. Pick this up on Lightning Deal. Typically, they're around $58 right now because of inflation. But right now, if you keep an eye on these, I got mine for $41 after a Lightning Deal and a coupon. So I really lucked out on getting this one. That's why I picked it up. But I'll have links below to them. Keep an eye on them. Keep it marked and use my links. You guys are great. Supports the channel. And you get yourself a really cool radio. So there's our size comparison. Let's go start cruising the band. So sleep timer engaged. Frequency, medium wave. Showing our sleep timer. Now there's a local time, 11:02. Again, AM, Central Daylight Time. There's Chicago. You can change that to alarm time, temperature. Signal strength, signal noise ratio. Back to our local time. So I'm going to leave it on the signal strength. There we go. Now we got music. I'm going to change that to voice by pressing 4. So we go to voice. And it almost acts like a bandwidth control. If you heard that, it kind of really muffled it. Now we can change through our settings for bandwidth. We have 3 kilohertz, 4, 3, 2, 1. So quite a bit of range there. We'll leave it on 3. We'll start tuning. So I'm going to use incremental tuning. So you got fast, slow, and there's stop. That's nice. So this can be locked out and you can just use the buttons if you don't want to use this. Now that's kind of neat. You can go slow and then you can tune here 1 kilohertz and then do fast tuning on these buttons. It's actually very quick tuning. I like that. We're going to leave it on the knob here, so we'll go fast. This is our first station, 540 WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin. We'll only get to pick it up pointing the radio to the north. The reason being is that if you don't know anything about medium wave or AM broadcast band, it uses an internal antenna. It's a ferrite rod with a coil winding. It's used to pick up the longer wavelengths that the medium wavelength is. FM and airband and shortwave have shorter waves. So they require a different type of antenna, which is that antenna back here. So you won't see me raise that antenna, you'll see me moving the radio. As I move that horizontal edge of that internal antenna towards the station, it'll improve.
You're listening to the Shaw 101 FM and WABK 540 AM.
Great example. Turning it away, we lose it. So that's how you tune medium wave. And in the evening, it's awesome because you can get stations to this direction, stations to this direction, or to this direction. It's just a lot of fun. You'll pick up multiple stations on the same frequency. All right, we'll keep going.
Right now, 30 inbound from O'Hare to the Circle Interchange. Stop and slow traffic from Damon all the way in.
Nice low tone.
Dennis Prager is next. AM 560 weather.
Here's WIND, Chicago, Illinois.
This afternoon, cold with a couple of showers of rainers.
2021 cyber attack with college information systems offline for about 6 weeks. In the time since, school officials, students, and members of the greater Lincoln, Illinois community...
This is 580 WIL, Urbana, Illinois, about 150 miles south. I'm going to bring in the loop and see if we can't get a little bit more gain. Here's a Turk Advantage. I always like to bring this in. We'll use this for a few of these stations. What it is, it's just a passive loop. Doesn't require batteries. It harnesses the electromagnetic spectrum of that frequency, and you can tune it and send it to the radio just by proximity. So I got a perpendicular. If I can show you that. I'm going to bring the radio up a little bit here. There you go. Bring the loop in. Let me go a little further. Watch these numbers. Tune the knob. There you go, improved. Let me just
Thanks for having me. We're also pleased to welcome Lindsay Jones, a reporter with
there you go, you can see it there with the light.
station based out of Illinois State University in Bloomington Normal. Lindsay has covered Lincoln College's impending closure and interviewed various members of the Lincoln College community, including President David Gerlach, Trustee Catherine.
Another station, 590 WKZO, Kalamazoo, Michigan, about 140 miles to the east. This antenna works bidirectional, so if I turn it upside down, it'll pick up the same station. So pointing it west will also pick up the east stations. If we bring in the passive loop again, get this out of the way, we can improve the signal. Now we can play with the bandwidth.
About the haves and have-nots society. I've been talking about them now on my Fox show, on the radio show, and on the podcast. Because, you know, what's one of the golden words of the show, right? We even have a line for it. If you ever cited your education, you probably remember, right? It's one of these insecurity methods.
There you go. Cool. 600 WMT, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, 175 miles to the west. I'll bring the loop in one more time.
Study and an oral exam, and then I got accredited. So I've been accredited for about 10 years now, and really enjoy doing cosmetic dentistry.
Sounds pretty good.
Getting people to smile again.
The little clicky here when the light goes on and off, or actually when it goes off, I noticed it on my original radio out too. I thought it was just a new radio, but my other radios do it as well. Okay, let's keep going. A lot to go through.
Do you know anybody? You got a friend, Carol?
Carol knows everybody.
I got a lot of friends, so I can maybe hook you up if you're looking for it.
Here's 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
A companion.
52 miles. See where we're at on the AM bandwidth here. 3. Yeah. You can see the signal strength changes.
I love McDonald's just like everybody else does.
Whatever he asks me, wherever he asks me to go to have a nice
Good guide.
meal,
Nice to have. Love it.
And in your mind, is the person who asks pays for the dates?
Okay, we got some Hispanic music at WMFN, Petone, Illinois.
Someone
cut to the basket or move to an open space to make themselves available for an
strong station here, WCR Chicago, home of the Cubs. The score.
2 or 3 guys, but a kick out to the corner quick, a kick under the baseline. Watch what other
sounds
teams
pretty
are
good
doing
on this
to the
radio.
Bulls. And that's how you.
Yeah, people will ask if you can charge the radio while you're playing it. You can. It does ruin the medium wave reception and shortwave reception. You might be able to listen to FM or the airband. But yeah, you typically want to charge it separate or just have extra battery if you have to, and just switch the batteries out if you're in a hurry. So here's a distance station, 700 WLW. We'll just see if we can get it for kicks. Otherwise, I gotta start tuning really fast for to get through the band. Okay, that was a reach. Didn't get it. Give him a little click in there from probably that searching that display strength.
Man, 219
frequency
sent us
strength.
this note. John Williams, I met a Russian at the O'Hare cell phone lot.
And of course, the Radio Wow original does that too. WGN Chicago.
Flag on my minivan. He asked me if I was Ukrainian. I said that I had empathy for the Ukrainian people. He told me he was Russian and that overall the Russian people were good people.
To do on-site program ministry went away.
Here's WNDZ, Portage, Indiana.
It shined a light on the fact that we're not built very well for
documented immigrant adults and certain legal permanent residents ages 55.
WBBM Chicago, Old Time Radio, Monday through Friday, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. Actually, Central Daylight Time now. If you're watching this. Yeah, so you can listen to the Old Time Radio every Monday through Friday. So excellent. Good shows.
Eligible. There are also income restrictions.
It seems like, Democrats live in a reality-based world. And Republicans...
Here's WCPT, Willow Springs, Illinois, about 40 miles away. Left-wing station.
What am I missing here? Well, actually, there's a good reason why Republicans believe this stuff in Democrats.
This is a cool station. This is Milwaukee. Low power, 860 WNOV. I think it's around 250 watts. Don't quote me, but turn it. There we go. That's pretty cool. Probably could pick this up, 870, East Lansing, Michigan, about 200 miles away, with the loop. But I'm going to keep going because I'm running out of time.
But the more important story is Elon Musk's Twitter story.
890 WLS, Chicago. There's high-pitched whine coming from the camera, but there's a cool little thing.
Those are small
Go to slow.
Much more
and you can back tune a couple kilohertz and get rid of that tune. That tone. There you go.
I went through this morning, I was prepping the show, and I thought, my gosh, I saw a story that reminded me of something in the New York Post, and it reminded me so vividly.
Story of U.S. women's national soccer team striker Jessica McDonald and her rise from homelessness to World Cup champion. Sports writer Alex Andreev speaks with McDonald about her
whistling there, WOKY, the Big Badger, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
The whole stadium cheering for us equal.
The resurrection is to be baptized into the life, death, and resurrection of Christ. So after we die,
WBKM, Sandwich, Illinois, Relevant Radio.
It's used all the way through, not death. And if you go to baptism, the word death is used throughout that.
WFAW, Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin.
WFAW.
And actually what we look forward to, so Easter Sunday brings a foreshadowing.
Here's WNTD, Chicago, Relevant Radio.
Last day when the Lord returns. So there's a lot of good things to meditate on, and I would encourage everyone who's listening to enter into.
The other thing I will say about that is I feel like, and I've talked to a lot of
WHA, Madison, Wisconsin.
to work, and their work life has resumed a normality. I think, Laura, you.
by calling 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 800-426-2530.
WMVP Chicago ESPN station.
Only minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and conditions.
WNVR, Vernon Hills, Illinois. Sounds good.
Real profession. When your RV really needs saving, Progressive has you covered. See if you could save with a leader in
Here's WLIP, Kenosha, Wisconsin. Cool programs on the weekends.
News, traffic, and weather. But there's something else you should hear.
I know you could. I know you could. I'm just asking, would you rather have Christian?
WTSO, Madison, Wisconsin.
That's not what you're asking me straight.
WNWI, Oklahoma, Illinois.
Señor, también con María Partida, que pide por su
WXCS, Chicago.
Su sanación física. Por Alejo y Celina Medina, Señor, que van a ser.
Don't have spare cash to throw around or saying, what the heck is
WISN, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Also, at some level, the bill for the lockdowns, which Republicans in the early stage were somewhat complicit in.
This is not just a report. This is somebody intentionally creating data.
Here's WYLL, Chicago, Illinois. Hope for Your Life, Christian Radio.
The bigger story about this filing is that it shows.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality.
WSQR, Sycamore, Illinois. The squirrel usually appears when there's music playing.
Credit and get
but no music today.
$75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
If you've been injured in an accident.
WRTO, Chicago.
Dodgers, Astros.
Champion, ellos van a jugar en abril 27, si no más.
WKRS, Waukegan, Illinois.
Exactamente, esa es la fecha. Oye, pero no se junta con la selección.
Really liking that Amber Backlit a lot.
Guatemala? Sí. O sea, diferente horario.
People will pay more for that opportunity to get grass-fed beef as opposed to what I raise, which is corn-fed. Yeah.
Okay, so farmer
they have all that kind of stuff.
radio station WCLO, Janesville, Wisconsin. They're always talking about farming, implements, fertilizer, seeds.
Grass-fed beef, it's a little bit of a different story. Yeah, it's a little longer. It's a
servizi personalizzati sia per commercianti che per consumatori.
WSBC Chicago.
CD, non market.
Hint of WSSP Milwaukee. Always faint. Must be pointing away from us. Just picking up 1260 WEKZ, Monroe, Wisconsin. That's 60 miles away. Should get a little fuzz on there now. Alright.
Brittany Chesley, Eric Church, and then the
WBIG, Aurora, Illinois.
Oh my God. So I would say that
this radio, it makes a perfect starter radio to give to somebody who wants to get into shortwave, medium wave, airband, just portable radio listening. It's fantastic. People who complain about the BL5C batteries, my radio owl that I showed you, I've had it for, 3 years now, whenever it first came out, and it has the original battery still working. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? I use it all the time.
Lots of reasons to go to the Ambassador Hotel.
WRDZ, LaGrange, Illinois.
Till the red wave. If your cell phone service isn't Verizon,
WIBA, Madison, Wisconsin.
chances are your monthly bills are never going.
Yes,
Appears into the ether. Remember how much we used to talk about Blake Griffin? He was like KD now. He was on every show.
Here's WNTA. This is Rockford, Illinois.
The top 5 point guards of all time.
WLBK, DeKalb, Illinois. I think this is a program that's going to start, and I think it's the trading channel or trading show or something. It's pretty fun because you can like buy anything. You know, like one day they were selling like a giant-sized spoon that you'd hang on your wall for decoration. I mean, I get a kick out of it, but I'm always looking to buy like an old radio off the radio. You know, I always do this, but yeah, like an old realistic. Yeah, baby. I can get it on camera. Dang, this radio is pretty big for back in the day.
Welcome into the Trading Post Show. What are we doing here? We're
there it is.
For us, one thing. We're buying, we're selling, we're trading, we're giving things away. We're promoting nonprofit events. We're reading from the mytpost.net and go anytime you want. Post an ad there, all broken down.
Nice.
End of the road on the beach, mostly 90s. Totally awesome. Hey, it's Paul Michaels here.
WBL, South Beloit, Illinois.
More for everything these days, but there's one product that hasn't changed its price in like 30 years.
WGRB 1390 Chicago.
Treated for smoke inhalation. A media release says working fire detectors alert.
WRJN Racine, Wisconsin.
Cause isn't yet known and is still under investigation. The Kenosha Rotary Softball Tournament is marking a milestone this year.
This is the 50th.
So if you hear little clicking or stepping sounds, that's the cycling of the signal noise ratio. You can turn it off by just going to like local time.
He's also the former Rotary Club of Kenosha president. The city's Parks Commission recently okayed a permit for the July tournament at Lincoln and Porio Parks. After 50 years, the Rotary says.
Of course, they're also open for pickup, delivery, indoor and outdoor dining.
WRMN, Elgin, Illinois, another shopping station. Buy your certificates to restaurants and stuff.
$20 dining certificate is yours today for $11. 847-931-1410 is that number to dial. Continuing on here, we also have Pita Pita of Palatine. Get your Pita Pita of Palatine here today. This is a $10 dining certificate. Yours
not as exciting as the other stuff, but
$350 on the $10 value. Valid for anything on their menu
on the
at
radio.
Pita Pita. I know they do have a Facebook.
Gotta love it. WEEF, Deerfield, Illinois.
For up to 4 years. Trust Carterville Outlet, USA.
WROK, Rockford, Illinois.
51 in Roscoe. Carterville Outlet, when you want.
Got a little jingle going. A little bit of WJTI there, West Ellis, Wisconsin. We got Iron Country on 1490 WGEZ, Beloit, Wisconsin. Sometimes this comes in clear. WPJX, Zion, Illinois. WLUV, Loves Park, Illinois. Of course, the Pass the Loop would help all these fainter stations. WGLB, Port Washington, Wisconsin.
Think about spending a little bit more time in the great outdoors. Grow you a garden. And if you need help with that, that's where Andre Ellis comes into play. Andre Ellis has the
They can't leave office. They don't have good
WTTN, Watertown, Wisconsin.
We're
almost done. WCGO, Evanston, Illinois.
그렇게 소리를 질렀어도 사람들이 움직이지 않으니까.
Highway 45 enclosed for bridgeway construction. US 41 from Illinois 173.
So this is Traffic Advisory Radio, Lake County, Illinois.
days, this octave of Easter. It's supposed to be regarded as such a high celebration.
WSJP, Sussex, Wisconsin. Another, I think, relevant radio.
You know, it's 40 days. Celebrating Easter, we have 50 days, so it's a longer period.
Like I said, what is the over-under on 15 home runs this season?
The Zone, WOZN, Madison, Wisconsin.
Less or more?
Landed very, very differently.
And our last station, WBON, Chicago.
All of, and even with the Black Playwrights Festival that's coming up, I think.
So there we go. Okay, we're done with the Sihuadon R-108 with the amber light. That's the coolness of this radio. Like that, it's really pleasant on the eyes. Like the Skywave has a similar amber backlight here. So I can turn it on. This is actually a bit brighter. Yeah, it's more evenly lit. I like that. That's nice. Really happy they came out with that. Very impressed. So yeah, definitely hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if you did. 2 if you like this radio and want to see more. I'm going to do some more scans. Think about doing some FM and some airband. Show you guys some fun with that. Maybe even shortwave. Get some shortwave going again on this new radio. And then, of course, yeah, make sure you subscribe at the bell icon to get notified of those videos. And 3, comment below what you think about the new Sihuadon R-108 with the amber light. Do you like it, or do you wish you had the older one with the blue-white? It kind of washes out. It's kind of, I don't know, even nighttime it's kind of annoying, but I do like this better. Definitely more eye-appealing to me. Yeah, looks good. Turn it off. All right. So there it is. Yeah, let me know down below what you think. Okay, guys, take care, and we'll see you in my next video.